Hello, this is Greg Deckler, and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg, or MSHGQM. Okay, we're back with part 3 of rating every completed measure, whether or not it was more important to fix or do that, complete that idea, than fix measure totals in Power BI. And we've already found at least one, which was a dupe, which was Cortana integration, which was a waste of time because that feature doesn't even exist anymore. So they could have fixed measure totals instead of doing that one. All right, so anyway, let's get to it because we got lots of, and if you notice, we're about halfway through and we're already down into the teens, right? So none of these ideas, in this video or probably the next one are going to have, but they're all going to have about 700 less votes than fixing measure totals, which is up around 714 at this moment. Okay, Power Pivot, do not summarize in default field set to equivalent in Power BI desktop. Well, it's Excel, so no. So and all we're doing, we're not trying to impugn anybody's idea here. We're just trying to, decide, is this more important? Was this more important or could this idea have been implemented a month later if they fixed measure totals first? So anyway, allow me to define a constant maximum value of a readable gauge via text box. You can always do it via measure, so no. Promote data flows, no. Adding pictures or shapes to canvas. Again, more important, no. Don't overwrite dataset parameter values in workspace with each publish. Don't overwrite dataset parameter values in workspace with each publish. Not sure why you wouldn't want to do. Can be achieved using dataset rules in deployment pipelines. So more important, no. Power BI desktop ribbon. You just want to change to the ribbon? No. Library of cloud-sourced visuals. Library of cloud-sourced visuals. They always had custom visuals at the beginning, but crowdsourced visuals. I'm gonna give it yes. Custom visuals, important. API, no, we don't vote for API stuff because it impacts very little people. Enable subscriptions for free users in premium. That's the whole point of premium. So no. But okay, well, I mean, if we look at it from the perspective of that's the purpose of premium. Some of these ideas I just don't get. Add Power BI at connector in Microsoft Flow. Okay, we're gonna vote up on that one, even though that's not. I don't think it's not even the Power BI's job to fix that. That's more the Power Automate folks. Sharing role-specific data in dashboards. Sharing role, no. Power BI mobile app, nope. Don't even have to read it. Relative date filter. More important. We'll say yes. That's mobile, so we'll say no. Collaboration tools for editing report. Collaboration tools for editing report. That doesn't even exist today, really. But more important than fixing measure totals, we'll say yes. Change parameters from the website. More important, no. Remove custom visual. More important, no. Enable embedding Power BI in SharePoint Online for government cloud. Okay, let's oddly specific. How about subscription with exporting in PDF? How about subscription with exporting in PDF? And I think that's very, very specific. Oh, that's mobile. Nope, it's mobile. Add drop shadows. Here we go again. Let's add drop shadows before we fix measure totals. Unbelievable. Takes precedence. Make it possible to reorder goals. Nope. Allow paginated reports to be included in app. Yes, we support paginated reports. And duplicate. That may be me, because of the way I had to go out and get these things. Oh, you guys have no idea how painful that was. More layout options for legend position. Okay, just options. Support multiple data lake Gen 2 storage accounts for Power BI service data flows. More important, no. How many people are actually using that? I wonder. It would be useful if there was an option to collapse expand all for the list of queries in the field sidebar. We're going to say no. That's a convenience. Order function index. Okay. No. I'm not even going to go into that one. That is not a hard problem to solve in DAX regardless. And it only supports calendar years. It doesn't support fiscal calendars. Global search across global search across workspaces. I would say we'll say yes. Allow calculated measures that use date time data format. That was always a thing. We'll say yes. Anyway, we're being generous as much as we can. Local hosting, Power BI service. Okay, that's paginator. Power BI report server. We'll say sure. Stretchable images as report background. That is a convenience. Impala. No. Totals. It's completed. What is it? What did they complete on totals? I must know. Can I find it? Unbelievable. Global search. For incremental goals. Less than target. It's not here. It's not here, so we don't know it. But if it involved totals, we will vote it yes. Customizing the word total. More important than fixing the actual totals to be correct. We will say yes. We're being generous as much as possible. Add tiles to dashboard from on-premise tabular data models. Add tiles to dashboards. It involves dashboard, so we'll say no. Get refresh schedule for data flows. No. Customize legend data in graphs, maps, chart. No. Allow private publishing to internal company SharePoint internet website. I'm going to say no. Create my own. Cancel. I don't know what I did. Create my own data source connector. I thought that was always a feature. We'll say yes. Data export from data view. Okay. Use Designer Connect live to SSAS multidimensional instead of importing the data. I thought that was always a thing, but sure. We're 3 in a row, man. Allow external users to view dashboards in mobile web. Nope. See, that's why I know I'm never going to get a huge run of thumbs ups because we're always going to hit a mobile. An idea for the mobile app. If a field contains a URI present, it as a hyperlink so the user can follow it. More important. I don't think that's more important. GitHub, just GitHub. No. Real-time dashboard, out your phone. Nope. UWP of Power BI desktop. UWP of Power BI desktop. No. Allow clicking of URL data within it's another duplicate. We're going to say no. Ability to change report background using a theme. Again, it's nice to have. Using custom authentication form for Power BI server. No. Format painter, double click. The format painter is nice, but is it more important? Is it more important? Okay, we've got a long string of no's, so we'll say yes. Gateway auto login. I always thought that was a thing, but we'll say yes. Power Gateway authentication enhancements. Okay, sure. Support information for deployment pipelines. Thought that was always there. Hide tabs in Power BI desktop. Sure. Collapse tabs in Fieldwell. Collapse tabs in Fieldwell. We find out what that means. Apparently not. Collapse tabs in Fieldwell. Bold data possibility in card and other data. Again, is that really more important? Have REST API. It's REST API. No. Ability to create group workspaces using API. Again, API no. API no. Denodo no. Ability to embed Power BI into Sway no. I would like to connect a folder to Power BI so I don't have to upload each file individually. That was the folder connector was always kind of a thing, but we'll say yes to that one. No, it's connectivity thing. Make report page scrollable, not fixed size. Okay, more important, no. Using flow, and besides that, I'm not even sure that's a good idea. Using flow or other API to trigger, okay, it's an API, so no. Composite model, yes. We like the composite model. Goals less than target, no. Add ability to change formatting between desktop and mobile. Allow default settings to be changed for font size, colors, borders, etc. That's theming. You know, it's a nice to have. It's a nice to have. Not required. Add metrics to premium. Okay, it's monitoring and reporting on usage. Okay, cancel. Automated report deployment for Power BI report server. Not more important. Add labels to fields, format, and analytics to help new users and presentations. Okay, we like helping users. We'll say yes. Power BI home theming. You know, I don't even like that feature. List of all Power BI gateways. That's an admin usability thing. Yeah, we'll give it a both give it a thumbs up. Canvas size. Not more important. Open Excel report from Power BI app. Not more important. Import the Power View charts created in Excel 2013 into Power BI Designer. Not more important. Feedback. All it says is feedback. What does it mean by feedback? No, we're down to 11, so we don't know. Unless I missed it somewhere. What are we up here? Nope, 13. Feedback. Should we be able to complain about measure totals? Yes. Create calculated fields. Create calculated fields. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but sure, we should be able to create calculated fields. Allow more than 8 hourly refreshes. You know, not more important. PowerShell, export and import Power BI reports and workspaces. This PowerShell doesn't affect that many people. REST API, not that many people. Annotate and share snapshot of report view. I wouldn't say that's more important. Printing from Power BI desktop. I wouldn't say that's more important. Deployment pipelines let all owners deploy datasets. Let all owners deploy datasets. Okay, we'll say yes. Remove 1 million row maximum on result set in using direct query for Power BI datasets and Azure Analysis Services preview. What did they say? Now public preview changes to AS server properties and Power BI. Well, I mean, we hate limits, right? So adjust visualization, mobile view, no. Phone view, no. Need to do conditional formatting of text, it's conditional formatting, so no. Control whether a visual slices or highlights other visual. That was always a thing, but yes, you should be able to do that. URL filter, mobile. Allow free email subscriptions for content hosted in premium capacity. Pretty sure that was always there, but sure. Ability to embed Power BI. Again, I don't agree that that's more important, but whatever. Ability to embed Power BI into Salesforce. No. Have the ability to hide legend header and no. Overlay of visuals. Up phone. Nope. Enable scheduled refresh for BigQuery connector. Nope. Power BI reports for file size hosting. Increase the maximum file size. We'll support Power BI report server. Snowflake connector. No. Shared data dashboard should honor security in a tabular model. It's a security thing, so we'll say yes. Lock top area and mobile. Nope. Invert. There's that invert thing again. No. Button shadow. A button shadow is more important than fixing measure totals. It boggles the mind. app.powerbi.gov.us and government 365. Probably, I'm not government, but whatever. Power Apps access to data flows. Power Apps access to data flows. Sure, why not? Conditional formatting a text box, no. Full screen view, not more important. Pipeline ownership change option for Power BI. Oh, let's say yes. Format Painter. I will say Format Painter is a very nice to have thing. I don't know if it's more important than measure totals, but we're going to vote for it. Conditional formatting for cells. Again, conditional formatting, no. For table, no. Conditional formatting. Subscription, remove attachments, no. I would like to grab a table off a web page. It's a nice thing. It was always a pain before they had auto kind of huh. I did spend a long time, a number of times with trying to grab information off web pages, and it was very painful. So I like the new functionality. Dataverse connector for Power BI data flow. Sure. Show actual CPU utilization of premium capacity rather than just CPU high utilization. I don't think that's more important. Export report to PowerPoint. I don't think that's more important. Would really like to be able to pass filter context from sheet to sheet within Power BI file. So that was report page filters, as well as then once we got sync slicers, we'll say yes. There should be a way to add a tile to the underlying report. We can add free text in Power BI, but not through the portal. I'm going to say no. When are you going to host Power BI in Australian data centers? We like the Aussies, so we will say yes. Version to just type in the names, like. Version to just type in the names, -like. Boy, some of these ideas are just tough to decipher. See if we can find it here so we can understand what they're talking about. Of course not. No. When will Power BI be covered by trust centers? We like security. Direction of travel and goal. No, not more important. PowerShell REST API. Okay, it's REST API, so no. And then the next one is mobile app, so no. Embed the real-time reports of Power BI to PowerPoint. Not more important. BigQuery native query when using M parameter. BigQuery add native query when using M. No. Data flows folder connector. We will say yes. Power BI mobile app. The next one's mobile. Share without confirmation. Again, really, that's more important. Gateway diagnostics, performance tracking, sure. Disable Power BI dashboard from expiring. Disable Power BI dashboard from expiring. What does that mean? We're not going to, the world may never know. We're going to say no. Trigger email alert based on a threshold. Sure. Conditional formatting for the text value is not only the background. No, it's nice to have. Allow the tiles to be automatically update once the data has been revised on the reports. Not necessary. Scrolling in graphs in dashboard tiles. No. Ability to maximize a dashboard on screen. I temporarily hide top black bar. Not more important. Reduce title size space in Windows app. Not more important. When will the government tenants access to Power BI embed in SharePoint preview? Too bad, government. Share data concept like SSRS in Power BI. That's your data flow. We like data flows. Have the ability to change legend location from right to legend location. I mean, come on. More important, collapse Power BI ribbon desktop like Excel, hide ribbon. Not necessary. Rename data flow. Sure. Sure. Export to Excel for grids. We'll say yes. Why not? Add data source settings management for dev versus production environment. Data source settings management. I agree with that. Connect to data from different reports for goals, scorecards. Data from different reports for goals. Sure. And mobile optimization font. No. Goal scorecards ability to change the order. Not really necessary. Open recent reports. That's a nice to have. Linked dashboard tile to something other than where it was pinned from. Okay. We're gonna say yes. This one's gonna be a no. Marketo connector. We don't vote for connectors in general. Nope. Data flow JSON import. Okay, it's data flow though, so we'll say yes. Required drill down functionality in line charts. No, not. Add alert function, send email. No. Preserve colors for each category in pie chart. Nope. Increase size of reports in mobile view. No. I like when they mobile related or it's a connector. They're really easy to make to sort of pie chart. We just vote no. Toggle to disable auto zoom. I don't think that was really necessary. Chimp, no. Embed report editor in Power BI. Embed report editor in Power BI embed. I don't think that's more important. Need the ability to redeploy an Excel workbook and retain refresh settings. Yes, I'll say yes. And API, no. Need to have the embed in SharePoint Online option for government. Yeah, too bad, government and SharePoint Online. So, and it's embedding. Add full screen button for embed in share. Well, add full screen button, and that's oddly specific. Count if in DAX language. Okay, that was always you always do that. It's called count with a filter, count X with a filter, or count rows with a filter. Add SQL statement option to native SQL queries support in data flows. Add SQL statement option to native SQL in data. Okay, it's data flows, making them the same as the other one. Add comments to Power BI query steps. It's called commenting your code. Gateway mapping between Office 365 accounts and local domain accounts. Sure. Azure Stream Analytics. No, I wonder how many people actually use that. DAX and Power Query function list. Really? Format Painter. There's Format Painter. That's a dupe. We'll say yes to it. Dynamic support. Support dynamic format strings for custom visuals API. I'm going to say no. Goals. Date hierarchy as time series for current value goal, pull entire trend. I'm going to say no. New format pane preview, missing action section for buttons. Okay, I'm going to vote no on this one. No, I got to vote yes on this one, but it was a preview feature, people. Okay? Of course, they're going to get everything in there. You just got to wait. It's a preview feature. Put the 32-bit version installer of Power BI Desktop on the Power BI homepage. No. PI should not have to be global admins. I would agree with that. Improve the usability of dashboard. How to export Power BI to PowerPoint for presentations. Don't do that. Ability to replace Power BI Designer Excel instead of creating a new data set and reports. Ability to replace a Power BI Designer Excel instead of creating a new data set. I don't think that was ever really a thing. But if it was, then we do not ask me this again. Checkbox. Oh, just the little things that they fixed or whatever versus like, hey, this is a glaring hole that makes self-service visualization a lie. Dynamically apply filters for embedded report. No. Zoom in and out magnifier on a map. Oh, fine. We'll vote yes. Publish Excel services reports to Power BI. Excel services isn't even a thing anymore, right? We'll say no. That could have waited. Area and line combo charts. They're visuals. Page navigation. Connector for SAP. No. Group or ungroup shapes. Blah blah blah. No, we already voted no a number of times on this one. GCC, you know what? There it is again. SharePoint and GCC. Sorry, government. Analyze in Excel and Power BI embedded. It's oddly specific. Drill through. Oh, it's mobile. Real-time updating data and demo for that scenario as a sample. Okay. Now, eyeball control on bookmarks in bookmark panel. No. The composite modeling feature is excellent. We agree that it's excellent. Compositive models. If they mean composite models, then we agree, yes, we like them. Create Power Automate trigger for goal status change. I don't care about that. Azure Maps integration with Power BI. Again, no. Add page on selected page. I even find this one. Let's look. Add page on selected page. Add page on selected page. Nope, I don't find it. I don't know what that is, so it can't be that earth-shatteringly important. Data flow in Excel. Okay, fine. We'll load up on that one. Provide conditional formatting. No, not more important. Make Power BI desktop single sign-on. We agree. Premium capacity assignment through API. Not too many people. It's very specific. Show hide bookmark panel bookmark panel. Yes, we'll agree with that. Check in with manual input for users with only shared check-in. Goals. Okay, it's goals, so we're generally going to vote no on goals. Italics for card visual. Come on, man. More important, visualizations pane redesign needed. Visualizations pane redesign. That's why they did that. Was it really necessary? No, it wasn't necessary that they do that. I mean, I do like the new visualizations pane, although it does make things, certain things, it takes a lot of clicks to get there, man. Make select all an optional selection on slicers. Sure, we will say yes. PDF connector. I never like that. It's a connector. It is important for a lot of people, I realize. We're going to say no. Connector. Update Salesforce connector to latest API. No. Integrate with Visio diagrams. I don't think many people use that. All 6 of you. Active Directory. Active Directory. Matrix conditional formatting option default to not format blanks nulls as zeros. We're going to vote conditional formatting. Bug. Fix needed on data labels. Well, if it's a bug, it should be fixed. Make Power BI apps shared with external users available through Power BI. Oh, mobile. No. Customization. Oh, no. Pin or touch ID. Pin or touch ID. Pin or touch ID. I wonder if anybody knows what that means. Pin or touch ID. Well, if I don't know what it means, then it can't be that important. Connector. No. No. Wait, did we get some dupes here somewhere? It looks very customization of phone layout. There's another phone layout somewhere. Okay, customization of phone layout. Okay, it's definitely a dupe. But oh, one's in the service. Can't apply filter to chart unless it appears in the chart. We're gonna vote that one up. Profiling column by is not that important, people. Portrait view in Power BI on its iPad. No. Drill through on mobile. Oh, mobile. Business objects. That's the idea. View direct query statements issued against data source. You know, I mean, that's nice, but really? Can you make Power BI app available in Canada App Store? Okay, we will support Canada. The URL of specific page published to what? The URL of specific page published to web. The URL of a specific page. Oh, so you could have it go to a specific page. Come on, man. It's published to web. Don't expect too much. Allow multiple SSRS server connections in Power BI app. Sure, we'll say yes. It's mobile. Oh, it's government. Manage slicer connections. Manage slicer connections. It'll be on this page. Manage slicer connections. I don't see it. Probably buried somewhere in this later on. Manage slicer connections. I don't know what that means. So export to Excel. Sure, fine. Fine. Mobile. Nope, mobile. Manage embed codes. Admin disable other users embed codes. I agree that that's an important feature. Standard date formats of DDD, MMM, YY, and DD. Thought that was always there, but is that really necessary? Export charts to PowerPoint as an actual chart instead of an image. Not that important. Ensure the pop-ups from report page tooltips don't display off canvas. Okay, we will say yes. Check in notes on the data set. Not that important. Power BI embedded. Allow the option to hide page select bar. Nah, not that important. Conditional columns. Need the ability to add more than one. Conditional columns. Need the ability to add more than one. I'm not sure what that means. You could always add more than one conditional column. Sure. Schedule refresh should be enabled for red. That's oddly specific. Fuzzy grouping in Power Query. You know, that is a cool feature, but do you really need it? I mean, I built fuzzy matching for in DAX, so you could probably have done it in Power Query before you had that. Actually, the one I built in DAX is way more flexible. Deployment pipeline management, environmental administrative abilities. Deployment pipeline environmental administrative abilities. I'm going to say it's not that important. Modify label title on slicers. Not that important. Button need to clear all cached items. Not that important. Add KPI for Teams and Office 365 adoption panel. Not that important. And iOS. No. Power BI Mobile. No. On-prem Teradata connector for data flows. No, not that important. Admin ability to clear RAM memory within a premium node. I don't think that's that important. One-click button for Power BI app. I don't think that is important. No landscape support. So they wanted us to add landscape. How did it not support landscape support? I expect no. Support clickable email addresses. Not that important. The slicer isn't working properly. Well, the slicer should work properly. We're going to vote that one up. Can you provide power pivot model that is used for retail analysis? That's just providing an example. No. This one's no because it's mobile. Man, we're really making progress this time. Support ADFS forms authentication for SSRS server. Not that important. mention someone in comment to send email, chat, linking back to specific visual bookmark. That is a very cool feature. But more important than having correct measure totals, no. Windows 10 Universal app. Not more important. Introduction to DAX. Not more important. DAX formula bar, adjustable, expandable, no drop. I hate the DAX formula editor. I mean, it's bad. I mean, I created DAX Editor Pro to provide at least somewhat better experience around it. But is it functional? Can you do what you need to do with it? Sure. Data flows from native Oracle query. That's oddly specific. I'm just going to say no for it. Enable publish to web from group workspace. Okay, it's published to web. Don't expect too much. Mobile drill down with force touch. Mobile, so no. Allow filtering in data view. Okay, we'll say that one, yes. Pin code for access. No. What is the plan for Amazon Athena connector? Connector, cross filter versus cross highlight, global setting for choosing. Global setter for choosing. Well, I don't think that's a nice to have. You can still do it, right? Allow Azure Maps Visual to look up text-based geographic data. Not that important. Power Query geospatial functions. Geospatial functions. I don't think that's super important. Format tooltip with additional fields. It is nice. We'll say yes. Connecting Power BI data flows in Excel as data source. Fine. Ability to enter comments in a table or matrix graphic. Again, is commenting that important? Display publish to web option based on Azure Active Directory groups. Okay, it's published to web, but I agree that's security related, so we'll say yes. Format the results of a formula. Format the results of a formula. That's called the format function. Or custom format strings. Just going to say no on that. Export to Excel CSV sampling notification. Please provide prior to export. I don't think that's that important. SAP router string. Not that important. Deployment pipelines. Allow for linked entities on same workspace. Deployment pipelines, we'll say yes. We like deployment pipelines. Ignore case sensitivity and column headers in Power Query. More important. No. Visual process flow in Power Query. More important. No. Drag and drop to reorder in group queries in Power Query Editor. More important? I don't think more important. Move the formula language M documentation to. Is that more? It's not even there anymore. It's on learn.microsoft.com. So good job doing that. Connector, XML. I thought it always had an XML, but it's connector, so we're going to say no. But it is XML. It is XML, so it's a common connection, not like, Redshift or something like that. Improve translations in Power BI service. We will support things that are outside the United States. Allow new app workspaces to be found in Microsoft Teams. More important, no. Full screen mode for no. Publish from Designer into Power BI. That was always a thing. Ability to change the connection string for a data source. Again, that was always a thing. Add flash fill in Power Query Editor. That's like the fill down thing. Again, I feel like that was always a thing. We'll vote yes, because we know we're going to vote no on this one because it's a connector. How are we doing on time? All right, we got another half hour. No, another 20 minutes or so. We should be able to So we should be able to get through this and then have one more part, and that'll be it. Have percentage be an option for column data type when editing queries. Sure. Geolocation filter for Android, no. Phone layout. Okay, it's a bug fix. So we normally yes, but it's phone, so we say no. Add annotation to Windows app. Not that important. Add the ability to hide reports on the left pane. Hide reports on the left pane. I'm not quite sure what that's saying, but we're going to say no. Remove or edit connections. Remove or edit connections. We'll say yes, because yeah, you should be able to do that. Excel graph export to Power BI. I don't even know what that is. That sounds weird. Data flows PDF connector. Sure, we'll say yes. Automation of Power BI embedded capacity pausing. Nah. Grouping fields. Nah. As admin manager. Oh, this guy's yelling. He's mad. As admin manager, I want to choose if the members in the group can export data to Excel or not. Okay, security related. Even though you're yelling at us, we'll still vote your idea up. Add support for calculated fields that can return tables, user-defined functions. Okay, dude, add support for calculated fields that can return tables, user-defined functions. Where is that? It's okay. We're in the 4s. I hope I can find this one. If this means what I think it means, I mean that's been on my wish list for a long time. Is I could have a measure that just returned a table, and then I could reuse that measure in multiple other measures. So it'd be really, really useful feature. It seems to me, why does that say that sport publish? It would be nice to have a separate style sheet, please. Brush, move, improve, goals, let users fail goals. Let them fail. Okay, I almost have to find this one. Oh, what can I search for here? Add support for calculated fields that can return tables. How is this completed? Okay, so they're saying we did this because we have calculated tables. And I agree with this person that is not the same thing. We're going to vote this one up. And even though it's not completed, they're saying it's completed even though it's not. The idea here is that you could have a measure that returns a non-scalar value. Okay? And think how cool this would be, right? In terms of you could drag it, if your measure will return a table, think about this. You could have your table visualization, a matrix visualization. You just drag the measure into the field well for the table, and poof, it displays the table. Like how cool would that be? And then the other one would be, hey, I've got this measure and it returns a non-scalar, returns a table, but then I can reuse that measure in a lot of other measures and not have to write the same exact, summarize, blah, 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 and all this, whatever I need to do to construct that table. Super helpful. But they'll probably never add it because they can't even get totals right. Add Teams data to the Office 365 adoption report. Come on, man. How is that even a Power BI thing? Allow admins to subscribe users to a dashboard report. We'll say yes. Won't make a fuss. Select which data labels to display. More important? No. Sorting by month. More important? I mean, you can always sort by month. I'm going to say no. Measures as data labels. Measures as data labels. It was always if you use a measure, again, more important, no. Run Power BI and SSRS reports on the same report manager server. Sure, we will say yes. Relationship mapping. Sure, we will say yes. Please put the brush from PowerPoint into Power BI. It helps to copy design from what you read. Okay, format painter, yes. That's not just a PowerPoint thing, though. More shapes, more important. No, but they did it. Auto save. That has saved my butt, so we'll say yes. Arrange the Z order of visualizations. Wait, auto save. I didn't. Yes. Change the Z order of visualizations. More important, no. Enable Power BI audit through PowerShell. Okay, that's oddly specific. Slicer should allow excluding. It should allow excluding. Add a layer order to Power BI. Again, that's another same thing. Change font color change for values in tables. Come on, it's just formatting. Export PDF in Power BI service, also for custom visuals. Not more important. Query folding for data flows from the. We'll say yes. Look at that. We're down to the single digits. Like this entire, pretty much this entire. We started like, where did we start? We started at like 6 something up here. We were down into like the 13s because we got down to like 16, 15, and so now we're coming up here on about 10 minutes left in this video. We're down in. I mean, these are ideas that are single digits, and we've been here for a while. But things that have 700 more votes don't have time for them. Theme format, visual titles, and background report. Theme format. Okay, not more important. Power BI goals, customize. No, not more important. Change. No, not more important. Manage permissions. Okay, we like permissions. PBI goals. Okay, we will say PBI goals were needed. It would be nice to have a separate style sheet from mobile views. Boop. Mobile view. Boop. Mobile view. There's three downvotes right there. Option for hiding Microsoft Teams inside the Power. Option for hiding Microsoft Teams inside. No, come on. Add font size 13 to 15. That is very specific. Connect the data flow from Excel's get and transfer. I will say, okay, fine. Writing SQL queries with Amazon Redshift connections. No. Radial gauges. Always had them. That's just a visual. Clean up conditional formatting requests for more precise voting. No. Restore the connector for Stripe in the get data option. Restore the connector for. That's oddly specific. That's probably Stripe. Change the Stripe's fault. Change the report size in mobile version. Sub and grand total in subtotal and grand total in Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop. So did they think they fixed it when they didn't? Oh, come on. Okay. So maybe I should just search for it. That might be faster than actually trying to find it. Back. Maybe not. Again. Let's see if we can find this thing. Subtotal and grand total. First one says it's completed. What did they complete? I face a problem with Power BI that was with the grand total in table. Well, I don't want them to appear in my report. Okay, so that was just being able to hide them. Okay, what do we say about this one? Yes, if they're wrong, you should be able to hide them. Vertically collapse the visualization selector to allow more room for the blah, 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 blah. Vertically collapse. More important though, no. Make Power BI report builder software available via Microsoft Store. More important, no. Power Query visually indicate native query steps. Again, come on, man. Nope, we're voting that one down. Paginated report builder tutorials. Nope. Power BI Home, control over training links. Yeah, all three of the people that use that feature. No. XMLA. We will agree with that, even though it's a repeat. Use Power BI as data source for R. That's how it works, but we will agree. Ability to add a secondary axis to a chart. More important? No. Q&A? No, because it's Q&A. Allow, nobody uses it. Allow user. It's amazing to me that Microsoft keeps just like pushing this Q&A stuff. Like the Q&A for quick measures. I mean, you can't scroll through a list of like, there's only like 20. in there, right? So you can't scroll through a list of 20. You have to use Q&A to find the quick measure you want. It just boggles the mind. Allow users to see shared dashboards without email confirmation. No. Send elements to the background. Send elements to, just like, I thought that was always a thing. All right, I think I voted for a number of those Z order stuff. I voted no, but we're going to vote that one. Share dashboards with entire organizations without sending emails. You know, I would agree with that. Process Power Query, process data with R. We will agree with R. Big map, no. Can't see top few lines of report because of the top banner that pops up, and you can't get rid of it or enlarge the data. You know, it sounds more like a buggy type thing. Copy sheets in Designer. Again, we like that feature. We're talking about copying pages. Customize or automatic text color for card visualization. I'm going to say no. It's just visual stuff. Barcode scanning along with QR codes. You know, I never understood that feature. So we're just going to vote no on that. Insert text box in report. Okay, yes, you should be able to have a text box in report. Hide a sheet or a page. Yes, you should be able to do that. Oh, where are we at? We got about 6-7 more minutes here. Allow connection to older versions of SQL Server. Okay, yeah, I think you should. Again, it's connector. It's very specific. Allow connection to one. That's probably me that duplicated that one. But again, it's check for update feature in Power BI Designer. More important? No, I don't think so. Please foresee support for Azure Data Lake as data source. More important? Nope. Connector. Add drill down and drill up feature. Okay, we agree with that. Please improve the interface. Okay. Power BI mobile. Copy value from data views table. You know, I have used that feature a lot. When importing CSV into Power BI desktop, allow manual specification of delimiter. Okay, you could always do that in Advanced Editor. So we're going to vote that one down. Relationships among graphs. Always thought that was a thing, but we will say yes, you should have relationships between graphs. Relationship with wildcards. How has that been completed? I'm not sure how that means. Relationship with wildcards. Well, let's just look for it. Relationship with wildcards. Search, search, search. There it is. Like to have functionality that you are able to build a relationship using wildcards. For blah, blah, blah. Please use calculated column to achieve this. Huh. So they didn't fix it. They just said, do it some other way. I'm not sure this is a good idea anyway. Sorry if that was your idea. I'm just not sure that that's more important. Allow printing from SharePoint with Power BI. Oddly specific. Can Power BI interact with external SSRS report? Can Power BI interact with external? Okay, is that okay? Well, we're just going to say no. Not more important. Pin text tile to a dashboard. Okay, it's involved dashboards. We generally vote no. Filter workspace when publish it with Power BI desktop. Or say no. Remove the limit of 250. You know, I will say that was always annoying. What if analysis capabilities? More important? Yeah, we'll say yes. Add page after selected page. I always thought that was a thing, but I don't think it's that important. Add drill through function to Power BI report server. Okay, we will support Power BI report server. Paginated report based on existing. We will support paginated reports. Scrolling is not working in the app. Okay, the bug fix, we're just going to vote no. Power BI app in MS Teams. Was that really more important? I don't think it was. Goals. No. My status, rules, goals, sub goals. We'll say no. Let users fail goals. They can fail. Of course they can fail goals. Mobile view. No. Add lasso and polygon. Again, nice things, but whoever uses them. Cancel opening Power BI desktop. Add X in top corner. Okay, that, mark date table in model view. I think we voted up last time. Or option for filter. Fine. BI and PowerPoint. Okay, no. To add customized legend names. Nope. Radio button for slicers. More important. It is. I'm just going to vote yes. Active Directory Lifecycle Services source for Power BI, ADLS source for Power BI data flows. I don't think that's more important. Create direct query dataset using data flow along with other direct query sources. Okay, fine. We will say yes on that one. Ooh. Goals, features plus. You want more features for goals. Fix measure totals first. They've been broken for 7 years or more. Update, clean up Power BI ideas page. Mark Carlo, I know that's you. Separate workspace in deployment pipelines for reports and data set. We'll say yes. Pipeline rules, ability to assign. Okay, pipeline rules, we like pipelines. Connect Power BI to SAP via router string. Nope. Premium pipeline and deployment rules for reports with live. Premium pipeline and deployment rules. Oh, yeah, fine, we'll support it. Button action tooltips. Poor UX design. No tooltips equals off. No tooltips equals. Okay, people. Tooltips for buttons. Subtotal for some columns. Oh, well, we'll come back to it. We're down to 2. That's been about an hour. So we will come back with the final part of this, part 4. We will go through the last about 300 of these, right? 300. Yep, we got 315, 13, 15. And where did we leave off at? So yeah, we have less than 300 to go. So we should be able to blow through that in an hour or less, and we'll be done with this with part 4. So long for part 3, and I'll be back in the next one.